Did you guys know I stream on Facebook?
No, they don't.
Don't, because you don't read anything.
My assumption is that we never have the same viewers come back ever. People watch one stream of us, they're done. It's all new people every time, and it's a new experience because they have no idea what to expect.
You know, I bet you're not too far off. I really, truly believe that. Like, and that's why, you know, like YouTube with like the amount of people that see each video, it's different every time. Like there's probably a minority of people that consistently watch every single video. If you're like me, you pick and choose. You pick and choose like, oh, this one doesn't interest me, even though I like this channel and I'm subscribed to it, but this one seems cool and this and the other. And it's like, oh, this stream day, you know, people have lives outside of this, you know, man.
They got stuff to do. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
It's legitimately my first stream, Mark. Yep,
everyone always wonders what it's like to be like a YouTube content creator, a Twitch streamer, or whatever, a Facebook streamer. Like they're always like, man, what's it like to live on the other side? And then they're all the ones with lives that have stuff to do. And we're the ones sitting by ourselves in a room talking to ourselves. And it's like, I wonder what it's like to be them and have a life.
Man, why you gotta make it depressing, man?
I
like what I do.
Happy for them.
Don't sound so defensive, Mark. Calm down.
No, I'm happy. I like what I do.
It's fun.
It's good.
Yeah.
Have a good time.
Great.
Listen.
You know, there could also be like there's a whole other thing we could be doing with our lives other than, you know, wondering what they're doing with their lives.
Yeah. I think that must be what like people get upset about when they can't hear me, like as if my mic is off, because they know the comedic genius that is constantly emitting from my hole of the face, and they're just like, I am missing out on this glorious comedy. My life needs this spark. I need this. If he's not providing it to me, then I'm at a loss. And that's what they do. They can see me laughing and they get upset because they know I'm hilarious. Guys, you can agree with me at any moment here. Thank you.
We could agree with you. You're right.
I agree with you, buddy. You know what?
Thanks,
I'll throw
man.
you a bone.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I must not tell lies.
All right. I don't see what that has to do with anything that we're talking about now.
I just like stating facts sometimes. Oranges are orange, you know?
Wow.
Wow.
Who came first, the color orange or the fruit orange as far as like the name? Were oranges called orange because they're orange, or did the color orange come because someone saw an orange?
Actually, before the concept of colors existed, oranges were referred to as glorps.
Probably.
Ooh.
It's a much more phonetically complicated word than would have existed at the
glorp
time
slices?
I'm talking about. But
It should have stayed that way.
glorps?
Orange, the fruit came first, mostly because the English word for orange didn't have, it wasn't there.
Are oranges called oranges in like other languages too, but they're just like that translation of orange?
Well, I mean, what I'm saying is like English didn't make the word first. It comes from the old French pomme d'orange or the Spanish naranja. I could have said that more Spanish, but I didn't. I chose not to.
Naranja, pretty sure. Hola, me llamo naranja.
Naranja. Yeah. Just saying.
Fuck, I don't know why that just messed me up so bad, but that was amazing. In French, it would be bonjour. Or in Spanish, it would be hola. You know, those two languages. Whatever.
I like that the one I screw up.
Like, a good attempt at the French, and then the Spanish one was just like, fuck it.
Look, man, I've taken like 6 years of Spanish, and I still don't speak Spanish. I've taken no French, and I just knew I wasn't gonna get it right, so I just gave up.
All right. Well, you gave it the old like preschool try there. I can't even call it the college try. That was
Thanks, man.
Horrible.
Thanks, man. Thank you. Keep more compliments. I need them.
You did it, buddy.
Thank you. It's not a compliment.
Go. Well, I mean, as a celebratory, this could be taken as a compliment. If you weren't such an asshole. That was totally... Sorry. I couldn't slow my mouth down, and my hand just didn't get there in time. There's nothing I can do about it.
I hate whenever I can't slow my mouth down and my hand doesn't get there in time.
Yeah.
All right, listen. Anyway, that's the word we say to transition on this podcast, if we're allowed to call it that, which seems offensive to anyone.
It's usually very aggressive anyway.
Yeah.
Mark has topics.
I do.
Or topic.
Well,
I don't want to overpromise.
just like a conversation.
Topic and a half.
I've been watching Twitch a lot more lately. I've been getting back into it, just as like to pass the time. It's very nice to when I'm working on something else to kind of like have someone streaming in the background and come pay attention when something exciting happens. That being said, my time on Twitch is it's a fascinating insight into not necessarily how Twitch treats its creators differently, but the public facing version of that. It seems from the outside, and I don't know necessarily how it is on the inside. I'm sure that a lot of creators on Twitch have a lot of problems, but it seems on the outside that Twitch takes an active role in promoting their at least top creators more. They have advertising campaigns on Twitch that feature some of their top streamers. You see compilation clips on their social media of Twitch constantly putting out like curated content that showcase some of the best stuff in various categories so that you can find new streamers. You see a lot more loyalty from Twitch streamers about Twitch, and you don't see the same thing from YouTube. That's not to say that YouTube doesn't support their creators, but they do it a lot invisibly. They do it from the back end. They do it like in ways that are hard to discern. Whereas if you were able to ask like YouTube, why don't you do this? They will often come back like, oh yeah, we do this. We have this solution right here. If you can ever get in touch with someone, and you'll be like, why was that hard to find? Like why? And they don't do curated content for their creators. They don't make advertising campaigns. They don't at least collect advertising campaigns to feature their favorite top creators, and in a lot of ways it's more of like a free market. Everyone's out for themselves, and it's all according to the algorithm on YouTube. Whereas Twitch, it's hard to find. It's probably just as hard to start a new Twitch channel as it is to start a new YouTube channel, but the perception in my mind, the perception is that Twitch seems to prop up its top creators better or for worse. They seem to prop up their top creators better. I think I'm comfortable with saying that.
They do. I would say they do. That's kind of backfiring a little bit during this time period because there were a lot of creators that were on Twitch's ass to make sure like top creators that were doing bad things were actually going to get banned. And a couple of them have. To Twitch's credit, they have. But there were a lot of complaints for a long time about certain streamers for doing bad things. And it seemed like Twitch just turned a blind eye to them because they were making them a lot of money. But for a long time, I mean, Twitch was seen as a very kind of, I don't know if elitist is the right word, but like they had their top, 20, 50, 100 creators, whatever, their partners that were like the only partners for a long time. Because getting partnered on Twitch used to be next to impossible, and it's still very difficult, I would say. Not nearly as difficult as it was, but they've kind of always treated like their top, whatever number you want to put on it, their top creators like exceptionally well and things like that. But they are taking measures now. To their credit, they are taking measures now. They're banning people who I think deserve to be banned, but they also have like spotlights and different things that they do to promote smaller streamers. I think if you're on the Twitch homepage, there's even a section where you can be like categories, and you can look for like smaller streamers playing it rather than just the top 3.
Yeah.
So they do have a pretty good infrastructure for that. I hope they keep, working and tooling to do things like that. But it is interesting to see like the both sides of the sword, where they do promote their top creators, but also now some people are calling for them to hold their top creators more accountable too.
Yeah, and I firmly believe that. Yeah, go ahead, Bob.
This is not a direct, I guess, response to what you said, but my first observation on this would be, I haven't been able to put my finger on this for a while, but it sort of helped me figure it out, I guess. I view that what you sort of described about Twitch is kind of a problem. In that the culture that style of promotion and that sort of like almost like high school clique club of cool people who are inside and everyone else is outside sort of community that Twitch has, it makes it very tribal. It's very like clan based, and it does develop a lot of loyalty. People hashtag bleed purple and all this stuff about they're hardcore into Twitch. They like it. That's their platform, and that's great to have creators that are like that. But I feel like you get everyone who's on Twitch kind of gets like that. Yeah. They're like either you were in the Twitch, like when I was in the Twitch ecosystem, I didn't watch any other sites. I was a Twitch streamer. I watched other Twitch streamers. I only streamed with other Twitch streamers. That was like the only place I went was to Twitch. And if you live only inside that ecosystem, it's kind of cool. But like it you know, for whatever reason, it shut me off from other stuff. Now that I'm streaming on Facebook, I still watch Twitch. I did watch Mixer, sort of lost interest in that. I watch, you know, I cruise around Facebook. I look at new things that are happening. I feel less like my site is the only site for me, and more like invested in the creators. And I've gone back to YouTube because of that too, because YouTube, in being more passive, they're just a platform. They're just a place you can post videos. If you're industrious, if you're creative, if you're lucky, you can still make it on YouTube. It's, you know, you have to basically go viral to get started somehow, or just grind it out forever and build up a viewer base. But like, YouTube is just a platform, and they have their shortfalls in the way that they're managed and the decisions they make. But Twitch feels like a club. And if you want to join the Twitch club, it seems like you got to make Twitch money. It's all cool that they all love each other, and some of the top Twitch people, like Dr. Lupo, is like an outstanding streamer, and it seems like a very decent dude. He's raised an ungodly amount of money for charity. Like, he's done great things, and he uses his community for good. But I don't think that's why Twitch likes him. I think Twitch likes him because of how he makes Twitch look. I think Twitch likes him because he makes them an ungodly amount of money, because he's such a huge, successful person. And if you don't earn Twitch money, they super don't care. And even if you do earn Twitch money, if you're not what they want their brand to be, if you're not how they want to represent themselves as, you know, a member of the Cool Kids Club, you're just not allowed in. There are great creators I watch on Twitch who make great stuff, have been amazing, couldn't get partnered to save their life, even though they were doing better in concurrent viewers, you know, getting decent subs, getting good interaction, making unbelievably quality content, and other people are getting partnered over them for appearances because they know somebody. It just, that vibe on Twitch makes people super diehard, but from the outside, it makes me not want to be a part of it.
Yeah,
you know?
no,
it makes me feel alienated.
I think that's an excellent breakdown, and I want to like clarify for everyone that thinks that what I said was Twitch good, YouTube bad. I said very specifically, it is apparent. It looks from the outside looking in that Twitch is more supportive. Whereas I also said YouTube has a lot of support for their creators, but it is often invisible. It is more like there's a referee with YouTube, and he's very loose with the rules, but like every once in a while they swoop in and actually do something like, this is against the rules, this is against terms of service, like obey the rules. And they're not perfect and not enough, but they're more judicial in their application of the rules. Whereas Twitch, they play favorites. It's so clear they play favorites. And it, like what you were saying, the click, it's all part of the click, the lingo that Twitch has. Like, to be even in chat, you need to speak the language. You need to know what the memes are. You need to know what the emotes are. You need to know how to talk in Twitch chat. And like, it's very much like, if you want to join the club, you have to quote unquote bleed purple. It's like, once you're in, you're in. Like, and but on its surface, that can make it seem very much like Twitch has it all together. And I would not doubt that they don't. And they're flying by the seat of their pants, and they're making some very poor decisions on the way. But so far, you know, like, it on its surface, it can look like they're supporting better. And to their credit, they are doing things that do support like some of the smaller streamers. Occasionally, they're trying to build better tools. I don't think that there's a perfect system to do it. At least I'm not smart enough to know what it is. Even YouTube has this problem, and I don't think it's any easier to start on Twitch than it is to start on YouTube, or vice versa. However, like, it's just a question of like, how do you improve a system? What does need to be improved? Because there's bad characters on YouTube, there's bad characters on Twitch, and yet they're able to run free. Like, what do you do? How do you promote the good shit?
I mean, I think, well, so this doesn't answer it for the platforms, but I guess the way I would view the business side of it is, it doesn't really fall on the platforms to do that sort of stuff. Or at least I don't think in an ideal world that's how it should work. I would draw the comparison between like And then this is not thought out and probably not perfect, but between like Apple and say smartphones, say the iPhone ecosystem, and then all the other iPhones ecosystem or all the other non-iPhone ecosystems.
Yeah.
Like smartphones are ubiquitous at this point in a lot of places, not everywhere, but I feel like a lot of people, it's a core part of like how you communicate, how you get information. And you, if you're inside the Apple universe, there's a lot of pressure from the way they design their stuff to, you know, they cross promote. If you have iOS, you want it works best with Mac OS. You want an iPad, not another tablet. Like there's all this stuff. You got to have an Apple Watch. It's that same sort of thing Twitch is building, where it's like you get tied into the platform really heavily. They pick what they want to promote to you, and it creates a limited ecosystem that's very refined. And it, you know, obviously Apple is an incredibly successful company, so it's not like that's an example of it not working, where you're sort of, you control everything. But I feel like for platforms that doesn't work the same way it does with technology. The way that I feel like platforms should be structured is Twitch focuses on building the tech, building the features, all the stuff that they've added in the last couple of years in terms of like gifted subs, huge move. The channel points where you can buy things, where you can buy emotes, huge move, crazy. And Mixer was doing that too. Mixer had incredible chat interactive stuff, like built-in soundboards with the things you earned for being in chat, all this crazy stuff. That's what the platform is there for. Make the experience amazing. But then, like, you know, production companies, I mean, essentially MCNs, and we all know how that worked out for YouTube, but companies outside the platform are in a much better position to find people, to be responsible for people, to focus on getting exposure to people who like deserve it, people who are creative, brilliant people who are going to make engaging content. The platforms just don't, like, they don't have the bandwidth, and it's not a thing that they have any expertise in, and they can add that. And I feel like they have, you know, Twitch has built out a substantial partnership team, and they manage their people. But if they just focus their efforts on the tech side, if they were just building the platform and being very careful and responsible in policing it, setting standards, treating people equally, not having favorites where if someone is in the club, maybe we're not going to give them the same level of, you know, reprimand that we're going to give to random people we don't give a shit about, then that gives the platform such a consistent and good, you know, appearance. It makes it run smoothly. It lets them do what they're best at. And then you know, I don't know what the structure should be, but something where external people are promoting partners, where, you know, there are networks of people outside of Twitch, or maybe in a parallel company to Twitch, but outside of the technical stuff, especially when it comes to enforcing the rules. That's a way to keep that separate and avoid all of the issues they've had where they clearly don't treat people fairly. They clearly don't punish people who make them enough money, who they like. Like, there's clear favoritism and issues in the social dynamics of Twitch and the way that they promote and enforce stuff on the platform. So I don't really have a specific answer, but like, that's how I feel about it. Twitch should stick to a more narrow thing, a more narrow list of things, and just do them so well that it's undeniable.
Yeah.
I'm scrolling through right now and looking through things that it's recommending. It's got the whole categories recommended. A lot of these are games I've either played or have watched before. While one of the channels I watch is offline, it's got like different things under that category. But like, they've got, let's see, what is this? All Aboard the Hype Train is a category. I don't know what exactly it is, but the first channel it shows there has like 50 viewers. The second one has 2,500. The third one has 24. You keep scrolling down, and there's a really healthy mixture, honestly, of big and small streamers under each category on the home page of Twitch. And I don't know if that's tailored to me as to why it's doing that, or if it shows that for everyone. But it is nice to see like someone with 7 viewers playing Dead by Daylight right alongside someone with 1,000 and 200 and 30, and I don't know, like that. That's a nice thing to see, though, because I mean they're right there.
Yeah, And I think they've been trying to do a better job about it. And it does curate to what you choose. Like, I've been watching some GTA RP again, so now I get a mixture of people that are like playing GTA RP, or I've been watching like people just like making music online, and I see on my front page right now is just like music and performing arts. It's like, oh, okay, cool. That's pretty nice. I think that they're definitely there's like a couple different arguments to be said here, because there's a lot of different problems. Number one, how do you hold the top creators accountable? How do you create a platform that's better for everybody? And how do you promote the small creators that are talented and not able to get attention? Because there was someone that made a comment, and I kind of want to like talk about it, just because I wonder if it's still true, because this is something that we've talked about, and I'm not saying it's not true, but someone by the name of Pixeldot said, like, I'm assuming in relation to streaming, I'm paraphrasing this and reading it. You need content. You need solid moderation. You need a schedule consistency. You need a personality. Keep those up, and you'll successfully stream if you can promote yourself once you have them in place. We used to promote that ideology a lot, and I'm not saying it's not true, but does it still hold true today?
I mean, so it's one of those things, I think, with this sort of statement where, like, I have no hard evidence that is not generally true.
Mm-hmm.
Like all of those, if you check those boxes, if you have the personality and the technical side and schedule, everything in that statement, that you need those to have a chance at success. Like, those are entry level, if you can get that sorted out, you've got an actual opportunity, I think, is still true. Mm-hmm. But then there's the next layer of exposure beyond what you can get, even if you have money. Mm-hmm. Even if you're in a position where you're like, I have a job, I have this cash, I'm investing in this, I want to try and grow my stream, so I'm going to buy ads on Twitch. I have no idea how that would work, but I'm assuming if you were so inclined, you could buy ads on YouTube, you could buy ads on Twitch, you could promote social posts, you could spend money on getting eyes on your stuff. And even that, I don't think is enough to break through the sort of plateau where I feel like a lot of people who have all of those checkboxes ticked off get hung up in Twitch and in the other platforms right now. Mm-hmm. There's a certain amount of, I think it's luck, but I think it can also be manufactured. But there's a certain amount of viral exposure you have to get to really like break through to a point where it's where you start making money, where it's possible to call it a career instead of a hobby that you're trying to grow and have a good time doing. And it's for a lot of people, not for everyone maybe, but for a lot of people, especially newer people on platforms, I feel like you can kind of see. Mm-hmm. I mean, even for me, I'm unashamed to say the thing that got me exposure is you. If I had not been connected to you and been in Drunk Minecraft, I could have gone on to make videos for fun, and I would have had a great time streaming. I enjoy streaming. I probably would have done it anyway, but I would not have had this sort of viral exposure beyond my control, beyond what I could achieve with my own money and resources, that got my channels to grow to such an extent that got so many people to sort of know who I am, to be interested, to become fans because they found me through your channel or things that we've done together or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I feel like a lot of people who have made it into the higher tiers in terms of success, in terms of followers or viewers or whatever, have something like that where they get connected to someone, they get into an event, they make front page of Reddit, and even if it comes from grinding, like a lot of people, like Mr. Beast's story, right? Mm-hmm. He sort of just made videos because he liked it, and he grinded and he had some crazy ideas, and they got big on Reddit, and then he got big on YouTube, and like he's one of the biggest creators on YouTube at the moment. Mm-hmm. And he's a damn genius. Like, his content is hilarious, but it sort of, it came out of the viral sort of exposure that he got that went beyond what he really was able to achieve with his own resources and what he brought to the table for his content and stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I feel like that's inescapable, more so than I used to feel like it was right now.
Yeah. I mean, I there was a lot that you broke down there, but I generally think that you nailed a lot of it. It is that thing where you can have talent, you can be a great personality, you can have the best consistency, and you can have everything working in your favor, and there's still that luck factor. Like me, just for everyone out there knows, at one point, I didn't have millions of subscribers. I want everyone to know that. That wasn't a thing. I didn't wake up, I didn't come out the womb making YouTube videos to millions of people. When I first started, and I put out my first videos, it was Amnesia: The Dark Descent. They went out to no viewers, no subscribers. I got like a few subscribers from my high school friends, and that was it. There was like nobody there. It wasn't until I finished Amnesia and I made my first reaction compilation, and I posted that on YouTube, and it got posted to Reddit. It didn't even make #1 on the video section, but it made it to like top 4, I believe. Top 4, maybe #4, #3. I can't remember where, but it wasn't even #1, but it got up there. I got 100,000 views on that video. I got like 500 subs. Yeah. And I was out of my mind. Like, I couldn't believe it. Like, and this is like, I didn't even know at the time how lucky that was that happened. Like, it was astonishing. And after that, whenever I posted a video, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go. I didn't get 100,000 views each time. I got 100. 100 people out of the 500 that subbed started watching consistently. And from there, it was about consistency and like trying to find that element that worked and hitting that as hard as I could. I made more reaction compilations. I played more scary games because I was like, that was the first game I played. It was a scary game. And I was like, oh, all right, let's figure it out. Let's do what it is. But like, without that first boost, I don't think I would be where I am today without that first bit of luck of just happening to be on Reddit. I don't even know who posted it. Like, being on Reddit.
Oh, it wasn't even you that posted it?
No, I didn't post it.
Found it and put it out there?
Yeah, I mean, it might have been one of my high school friends. I have no idea. It might have just been a random person watching that stumbled across it. Because there at the time, Amnesia reaction compilations were kind of popular, so it might have popped up in someone's like suggested feed. The algorithm might have been nice, and they've been like, this is funny, I can get some karma from this, and then they posted it, and then it just got out there. None of my other videos have ever made it up there again. Like, never again. But I
thought one of the ones that really helped you boost was wasn't Slender Elementary?
Oh yeah, but that wasn't through Reddit. But that was like hitting a hot button topic. Like, when I got that,
yeah, you were the first one to beat it and post it like the day it came out or something crazy.
Yeah, something like that. I was like, it released, and then I was like, all right, let's do it. Let's see if I can beat it. And I managed to get it, and it was just like, boom, put it up, and you know, that got like tens of thousands of views, and I got like a couple hundred more subscribers. I was like, yeah, I'm on fire.
Well, that's one of the things